everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be doing one of my most requested videos like ever. So I'm going to be showing you guys what is on my iPhone 11. So a couple weeks ago I uploaded my unboxing my iPhone 11 and you guys seem to really enjoy it. I think it has like 7,000 views, so I thought I would come back and do another iPhone video. So basically in this video I'm just going to be going into detail about all my apps and then also like my layout of my phone, because I tried to do like the widget thing and try to make it look as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, because we're getting closer to 2,000 subscribers and honestly it cannot wait. So without further ado, let's just get on with the video. Okay, so as I mentioned, I do actually have an iPhone 11. I got this in plain white just because I feel like I wanted just a nice aesthetic colour, and this was my favourite out of all the colours that they offered. And obviously I do have my skinny dip case on, which is literally just a clear one. I also put in a little cute Polaroid of me and my best friend Gracie. So that is my case and like the outside of the phone. And then I thought I'd just quickly tell you guys, because I know I get quite a few questions about like what storage and stuff like that. So I actually went for the 128 gigabytes just because I go through storage so much, and especially because I do Instagram, YouTube and everything like that, my camera roll just gets so quickly full up, so I wanted as much storage as possible. So I thought the 128 would be perfect for me. So I'm basically just gonna screen record my phone and put it like on the side of the screen, so as I'm going through you'll be able to see like what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna move to the side now so you can see it, so I'll put it on the screen. This is my lock screen. Obviously it's just a picture of me and my friend as we were out shopping. I saw these really cute bucket hats and I was like, we need to get a picture. I do kind of regret not buying the bucket hats now. I thought this was really cute and just a great photo for my lock screen. When you open up my phone, this is the first thing that you see. So obviously you can tell I've changed most of the icons for the apps. I've tried to make it, as I said, aesthetically pleasing. You guys can tell me in the comments if you think it looks aesthetically pleasing. So as you can see, I went for a white and blue theme across my home screen. It does sort of continue onto the next page, but I just wanted this like home screen to be like the main aesthetic. So as you can see, I've changed a couple of the icons. I literally just did this through shortcuts. I know there's quite a few tutorials on YouTube and like on TikTok. I'll leave a tutorial down in the description on how to change like the icons of the apps. So at the top of the screen I do actually have a calendar. I got this off the Widgetsmith app. And it literally just tells me all of that month and then the date like in big on the left. I really wanted like something to show me the date just because I forget it that much. So yeah, this really helps me out. Then below that I do have my step counter. Again, I got this off the Widgetsmith app and it just tells me my steps that I've done that day. I really like this feature and I think it's great if you're into fitness and you want to track out your steps. I do actually look at it quite a lot on a daily basis, so yeah, I really like having that just there. So now moving on to my first app on my home screen, which is camera. Obviously this is really self-explanatory. So my next app is photos. Obviously again, really self-explanatory. This is where all my photos are kept. I'm not gonna lie, I think I have about 2,000, probably more. Then moving down we have Spotify. Spotify is literally one of my most used apps and probably my favourite apps. Obviously this is just where all my music is. So my username is actually Heather May. I've actually recently changed it because it used to be Heather on camera. I didn't know you could change your name on Spotify, but I've changed it to Heather May. So if you want to go follow me on there, that is my username. I've recently been trying to create more playlists on my Spotify, so I might create one for May, but these are ones I do have on my account already. So yeah, give me a little cheeky follow on there. Moving on, we have a folder. This is basically just called social. I have all my social media apps in here. I wanted them on my home screen because I feel like I use them the most, but then I didn't want... Is that Amazon? Yeah, I think it's Amazon. Well, my Amazon delivery is here. I'll be back in a sec. Oh. These are all my social media apps I use most. I think they're actually all my social media apps. Probably are. So I have Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and Pinterest. My Snapchat is actually private. This is basically... Oh, hi. This is basically just for my friends. And then I have Instagram, which is actually public. So My Instagram is heather_may if you wanted to follow me on there. I've been trying to post on my Instagram so much more frequently. I actually really like posting on Instagram, and I've been trying to stick to like a theme. So I don't know if you can tell, but I've been trying to go for like a white theme. So my next social media app is TikTok. On TikTok I don't really post that much. I basically just scroll through my For You page like too much. I think it's a bit of an addiction. But yeah, this is my TikTok if you wanted to follow me. Obviously next we have YouTube, which is the app you're currently on. You probably all know what YouTube is because you're watching this video on YouTube. Obviously my YouTube channel is Heather May. If you want to subscribe, I definitely recommend you do. So lastly we have Pinterest, which again is one of my favourite social media apps. Pinterest is basically a big mood board, in my eyes it is anyway. But you can basically just create different like types of mood boards with different photos. So my Pinterest is, if I can find it, my Pinterest is Heather May. Oh no, it's not, it's Heather May kiss 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 3 kisses. Yeah, Pinterest is great. I love Pinterest. I actually got quite a lot of my inspiration when I redid my room from Pinterest. If you didn't already know, I redid my room at the start of this year, and Pinterest basically really helped me to find like an aesthetic that I wanted in my room. And it also helps me find like different products I was going to add in. If you're looking to redo your room or change out your furniture, I have the perfect discount code for you guys. Using my code HEAD50 you can get yourself 50% off any beds at Arista Living. Arista Living is an amazing company where I actually purchased my own bed from. After purchasing my bed, I realised how much it transformed my room, and I'm actually in love with my bed. So I actually went for the curved grey headboard, and oh my god, I am actually in love with it. Like, it's literally my favourite thing in my room. Full stop. I did actually choose to get 4 drawers with my bed, so it comes with so much storage, and you can customise your own bed on the Arista Living website. I'll leave their website down in the description along with my discount code for you guys. My next app on my home screen is Zara. Don't ask me why I've put this on my home screen. I think it was probably just because of the aesthetic of the app icon. I didn't actually have to change this one just because it already went with like the whole vibe I was going for, and I'm not gonna lie, I go on Zara too much. So next we have Gmail. Again, this is really self-explanatory, basically where all my mail goes, if you didn't already know. Below that we have settings, again really self-explanatory, and then Safari, basically Google. Then the last thing on my home screen is actually this really cute widget. So I went on to Pinterest for inspiration for my home screen. When I was scrolling through Pinterest, I found this really gorgeous picture of a car. I thought this would be great for my home screen because I'm actually learning to drive at the moment, and I thought this would be such a great way for manifestation and like inspiration. So yeah, I thought I would add a little picture of a car. I didn't actually intend on placing all my green apps at the bottom, it just kind of happened. But yeah, obviously I have FaceTime, phone, messages, and then WhatsApp at the bottom, just because they're like the essentials, so I thought I'd put them there. So that is my home screen complete. So now moving on to the second page, which is the last page of my phone. I did decide to carry on the blue theme at the bottom of this page. I've just got like all the apps in their original icons. And then at the top of the screen I do actually have quite a few folders just because I wanted to keep all these apps organised. Okay, so the first folder we have is called YouTube. This obviously just has all my essentials for YouTube. So I've got YouTube Studio, which is actually great for looking at your analytics. So if you're a YouTuber and you don't already have this app, I definitely recommend you download it because it actually helps you so much. So you can just basically look at your watch time, your views, your subscribers, which videos are doing well, which videos aren't. Not just that, but you can look at your reach, engagement, audience, and yeah, you can basically find out anything that you want to know about your video. You can find it on this app. So my next app in this folder is called Sub Count, which is basically the easiest way to check your subscriber count. So at the moment we have 1,470 subscribers, which is insane, so thank you so much. And then the last app in my folder is called Fonto. This is basically just how I create my thumbnails for my YouTube videos. So obviously I've got one here. I just clicked restore last one, which was obviously my unboxing my iPhone video. So using this app you can basically just change the fonts. I usually go for Helvetica, bold, oblique, if anyone was wondering. And then you can obviously just change like the style, and then if you wanted to add like a stroke on, which is basically just the black bit around the writing, then you can add that, and like you can change the size of it. Fonto is probably my favourite app when I create my thumbnails just because it's so easy to work. My next folder is called editing. Now I thought I'd just quickly show you guys how I edit my photos because I do get quite a few questions on how I edit my Instagram photos and how I create them, so I thought I'd just quickly show you guys. So my favourite app to use for this is Colourtone. I recently discovered this app through Molly May and I've loved it ever since, and I've literally used it on all my Instagram photos ever since. So you basically just go on to edit. So I've just chose this photo of me out shopping, my natural habitat. So basically you can add on different filters. I usually go for seashells just because it makes me so much more tanned, and it also does bring out the white in the photo, which again is obviously what I'm trying to aim for in my photos. Once you've added on the filter, you can actually change how like intense it is. So I normally go around like the 60 mark just because I don't want it too in your face and it creates a nice tone. Along with this, you can change any of the other settings, basically how you normally would edit a photo. So you can change the contrast, the brightness. I normally go like a little bit less just to tone it down a bit if it's too overexposed. Then also when I edit my photos, this is a little trick. I click on the sharpen button and I'll sharpen it like up to like 20. Not too much, as it will look literally fake like that. It literally looks like a cartoon. Yeah, I turn it down to like 20. Just makes your photos that much better quality. So then once I've done on Colourtone, I will then go into Facetune. Facetune does have like a bit of a stigma around it, like you don't want to make yourself look fake. I don't make myself look fake, I literally just use this for the whitening effect. When you edit your photos, you can go into retouch and then go on to whiten. This tool, you basically just colour around where you want it to be white, and it just makes it that extra bit whiter and cleaner. As I said, my Instagram feed is white, so I do this on most of my photos just to bring out the whiteness so it all links together. And I'll usually turn this to around 50, just because again I don't want it to look too fake, because if it turned it all the way up like that, it just looks like there's not even a wall there. So I usually turn it down to around like 50. So my camera actually did just run out of storage, but we're all good now. I've changed it to a different SD card and I'm going to carry on. So my next app in my editing folder is called Pixar. I don't actually use this too often. I think it basically was just for the blur effects. They have this really nice effect where you can just like center like something in focus and like the rest is out of focus, like in blur. It's a great editing app, and also you can add different stickers on and like PNG photos on, which I think is great. So moving on, we have Polar. So again, you can add in different filters to add over the top of your images. So you can actually go on to, I think there's quite a few Instagram accounts. There are quite a few Instagram accounts out there which post QR codes for Polar. So if you typed in on Instagram like Polar, you can screenshot the QR codes and then insert them into the app. Next we have Layouts, and this is basically just the Instagram add-on app. So you can create different collages and stuff with your photos. So next we have Canva Stories, which is basically a great app for when you're wanting to create different types of Instagram stories. So this actually makes your Instagram stories look so much more professional and laid out professionally. I actually use this app quite a few times for when I have like discount codes or when I wanted to like share something with you guys on my Instagram. So obviously here you can see I created this when I wanted to share with you guys the news that I'm a Zaful ambassador. So obviously I added in like different photos in like a nice layout and then added the text. To make your Instagram stories look that much better, I highly recommend downloading this app. So next we have Canon Camera Connect, which basically connects my camera to my phone to like transfer like photos and videos across. This app's so much more effective and simpler than having to like to plug in your SD card into your computer and do it that way. So it just goes straight from my camera to my phone. And lastly we have Facetune, which is obviously how I whiten my images. So then moving on to my next folder, we have college. So when I need to access anything on my phone for college, this is how I'll do it through these apps. First up we have Flora, which is a great app for when you're wanting to like focus when you're like doing revision. Basically it sets a timer for however long you want, so I normally do 25 minutes. During these 25 minutes you basically have to just stay off your phone or on the app for the whole 25 minutes, and then it will plant a tree at the end of it, which I think is a great way to like get you to like stay focused on your work. And it definitely works for me, so I highly recommend if you're trying like to stay focused or if you're like losing focus a lot of the time, Flora is the way to go. I think you can also scan QR codes as well, so if you wanted to scan my QR code, here it is. I've never done this before, but if you wanted to scan it, screenshot the screen now and you can scan me and add me as a friend on Flora, because I've never done that before, so you'll be my first friend. Next we have Quizlet, which I've been trying to use so much more recently. So I actually do have some mocks coming up soon at college, and I've been trying to use Quizlet to revise and make online flashcards. So as you can see, I've done business flashcards. And then the last apps in this folder are the Google apps. These are basically what my college uses. So you've got Classroom, Slides, Google Docs, and then the Drive. This is basically how I access all my work. If we're doing work online, that is basically how I'll access it. So yeah. So my last folder on this page is called TV. So in this folder I have Netflix, BBC iPlayer, All4, Prime Video, Apple TV, and then I do actually have GoSund, which isn't a TV app. But basically this app controls my LED lights. I don't really think I had anywhere else to put it, and I wanted it on my home screen. I wanted to like change it to like a blue or a green or a yellow. Oh no, that's not yellow. Yellow. I'll just quickly go through a couple of these apps and tell you guys what my favourite shows at the moment are. So in Netflix, one of my favourite shows of all time, like forever, is The Vampire Diaries. I think it's safe to say I'm obsessed with The Vampire Diaries. I literally know a couple of the scenes off by heart. If you've not watched it already, I highly recommend that you do watch it because your life will be blessed once you do. And then a couple of my other favourite shows on Netflix are Teen Wolf, Selling Sunset, that's really good. I think they're coming out with a season 4 and a 5 soon, so you know what I'll be watching. And then what other ones do I like? Oh, Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is really good. So obviously next we have BBC iPlayer. At the moment the only thing I'm watching on, I don't know what, did I say that really weird? BBC iPlayer. The only thing I'm watching at the moment on BBC iPlayer is Pretty Little Liars. I've actually found out who A is. I think in one of my other videos I was like, I don't know who A is, oh my god. And I was like guessing who it would be, but I've now found out, so I think I'm on season 6 of that. And then we have All4. My favourite show on All4 is definitely The Circle. One of the best things out there, I'm not gonna lie. I'll put a picture on the screen if you don't know what it is. Basically, this reality game show where people go into apartments and they can't talk to each other, and they basically just have to communicate through like social media. So next to these folders I just have my battery. So I'm pretty sure you can get your AirPod batteries on this as well. If I can find my AirPods I will show you. Basically it just tells you a rundown of your battery, because since moving from my iPhone 7 Plus to my 11, it doesn't actually tell you at the top of the screen like your battery percentage, and I really want to know this information. Like if I need to charge my phone, I want to know. As you can see, I've just opened up my AirPods and it's just showing me the percentage on like my left AirPod, my right AirPod, and then the case. As you can see, the case clearly needs charging. So the first app in this section is called Map My Run. This is actually by Under Armour, the brand. Not only does this give you a map of where you've run, but it also gives you your distance, your pace, your average pace, and then the calories you've burned. And I basically just really like using this app when I go on my runs. So linking in to when I go on my runs, the next app is called Couch to 5K, which is actually designed from the BBC, and it's basically like a running regime type thing for I think it's 9 weeks. I'm currently at week 7, and you basically just listen to the podcast when you're running, and they basically just help you get closer to running like the 5K. So my next app is called My Fitness Plan, and this basically just tracks your calorie intake and like how much exercise, and it totals it all up for the day. You can see today I've already had my breakfast and I inputted the information. My next app in my fitness sort of section of my phone is Steps app. This basically just tells you your steps. As you can see, I'm only at 373 and it's now 4 o'clock. I feel like I like the layout a bit more compared to the actual Apple Health app, so I thought I'd just download this one instead. And I also really like looking at like the analytics of like fitness. So I might actually invest in like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. Comment down below which one you think I should get. Moving down on my home screen, we have the official DVSA theory test kit, which is basically the theory app for when you want to revise for your theory test. So this basically gives you hazard perception videos, which I've actually done quite a few and I actually really like doing them. And then obviously the revision for the theory test, so you can just basically practice different topics. So next to my driving app I have the weather app. I'm not actually going to click on this as it will give away my location, but you will probably know what the weather app is. I like looking at the weather now and then just to see what it's like. In England, I'm not gonna lie, probably will rain 24/7. So that I have the NHS COVID-19 app, which is basically the track and trace app. Obviously when you go into like pubs now that they're opened, you have to scan the barcode, so that's just a great way to just quickly do that. Last app on my phone is Canva. This again is a bit like the Canva stories, but this one is to create anything that you want to basically. Animated social media posts, Instagram stories, posters, presentations, phone wallpapers. So everyone, that is all for this video. I hope you guys liked watching it. If you did, don't forget to give a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you all very soon for a brand new video. Bye!